So, hello everyone. Here we are again. This is our third podcast. And have you ever found yourself caught up in somebody else's emotional mess? This is today's topic. Today's topic is how to let go of the drama in our lives. And we're going to share three specific tips on how to just let it go. So, Sylvia, hi.
Hey, Theodora. So this topic today is something that both of us get to work with, whether it's with colleagues or with clients around the world. And there are so many things that we recommend. The three that I think is really important because it's easy and we need that quick. We need that easy. When another person makes you suffer, it is because of his or her suffering within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They almost want to spill it over into you. So the very first thing you have to do is recognize when anybody's trying to pull you into a drama or anybody's saying things to you that's really feeling heavy, it's not yours. So that's the first.
Yeah.
The second, right?
Yeah, definitely. And everybody just take notes because you need these tips right at hand. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, when I was younger and all these young people that we work with, they get caught in this headspace and they start to say all these things. Now, the very second thing that I do, besides understanding that's theirs, okay? Now, if Theodora said to me, oh, you're not a good therapist, it would just go right over me because it wouldn't hit, okay? If you said, oh, your hair is really getting gray, and I feel like, oh yeah, I know it's getting gray and I have to do that. That becomes a trigger because I'm working on that. They're the ones that we tend to grab from other people. And then we rerun that record all day long. And then as we go through the day, we start to get heavier and heavier, right? So these are the three things that I really think will navigate that. So recognizing what they say is their stuff. If it hits you and it doesn't reflect, okay, that means that there's something in you that needs healing. Now,
if yours. It's yours, it's not theirs.
Absolutely. That recognizing can be done in two ways. You can think of it as like, oh, how dare you, Theodora, say my hair is gray? Or I can say, yeah, she's absolutely right. I'm way too young to have gray hair. And I just need to do something about it and feel that sense of gratitude and go do it. Okay.
For the opportunity that allowed you to see, to mirror, to see something that was projected on you from another person because maybe you haven't seen it.
Absolutely. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah. How many times have we found ourselves entangled in someone else's emotional mess?
And then it becomes
we've taken
ours.
it in as if it was ours.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did it all my life until I learned quick, easy things that I could do. And you have to do them with practice. Everybody knows who's watching this. And really, we're glad you're here. If you're here, it's because we repeat things. And when we repeat things, whether it's in a lifetime, which is my specialty, whether it's with teenagers in their head where they live 99% of their life, right? That's Theodora's specialty. It's that program. So we just need to stop. And the very first thing you have to understand is that awareness. And then that second tip that we just shared is just either if it affects you, and I say with little kids when I work with them, because it's like being in a squash court with four walls, you throw a ball, it's going to come back and hit you, right? So if it belongs to you, if not, I can dodge that ball all day. Actually, I could dodge that ball for a lifetime. It's not mine, right? Exactly. But if I throw that ball, it's coming back on me, right? So I love that because it's so empowering, not only for yourself to help to give people this gift. It just allows you to skip forward, like in this, like my new favorite tune is zippity doo dah, zippity day. And as soon as people say something really negative to me, I start singing that in my mind when it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Now, when it fits, I take it and I say, yeah, you know, that did bother me. I'm going to do something about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the third one is exactly what Theodora said. It's the mirror. So somebody said something to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
We heard it. If we're really brilliant like we are, and all people are, they just let it go. If there's like struggling, because not everybody's in that zippity-doo-dah mood, right? And it's those people that feel like quicksand is coming and they're just dropping down. So go in front of the mirror. And this space in soul parenting and in past life work, I teach this to people. This is a very sacred eye. It's the eye to the soul. And when you start doing things with the soul, you change your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And you say something. So for example, if you said, even if I'm in a good place and I don't feel like I'm very smart, I can stand in front of the mirror. I can connect to that sacred space in Sylvia and say, I am so brilliant. And, you know, people say, you say that and you keep repeating it and nothing changes. That tells you it's a soul scar. It's a wound that happened lifetimes ago. And we can go into that later. But for today, keep repeating it all day long. Every time you go to the bathroom, every time you wash your hands, which we do a million times today because of this pandemic. Take a second, look in the third eye. That's that space, peace fingers, say it, feel it, just pause. And I promise you, you will skip forward slowly because you're practicing.
And observe what comes up after you've done this practice for a few days. Observe. Be able to observe and you'll see miracles happening. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And kiss your brain. Kiss your brain a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, my high five. Kiss your brain. Give yourself a big hug. Because everyone that's watching deserves that.
Yeah. That's wonderful. So, any actions for today for the people who are watching this video?
Just to know. Everybody has a story, Theodora. We know that, right? I love the picture that's all over Facebook, all over social media. It's a picture of a body and there's Band-Aids on it. And people will come. And unfortunately, not all people want to rip that Band-Aid off and give it a kiss, right? You can do that. You have the power to change your destiny. So let's do it. Yes. And then everybody can type in yes.
Yes, type in the comments whether you agree or disagree. Type your comments. Have you used any of those techniques with your clients or with yourselves? Okay, we'd like to have feedback from you.
Yeah, say yes. And then I'd love for people to share. For me, I pick a theme song every year. It's something I do in my sessions. My theme song is Zippity Doo-Dah, and it just makes me zippity doo-dah. If you have a theme song, please share. I love to know what you shared yours yesterday, and I loved it.
Is it contagious, Sylvia, when you share your song?
Yes. I had a little girl last week, and she taught me one, and I loved it. It's I am amazing, amazing. And she goes, just the way I am. And I was like, I don't know that song.
Yeah.
And of course, as soon as I finished the session, I got off the thing and I went on and I loved it. And it is. I was thinking, boy, oh boy, this little girl showed up and she was holding, you can carry suitcases 7 generations back. She was just, right?
Yeah.
And then I had her take control. She did it, not me. I just helped her, you know, I put the pieces back together again, like that last piece of the puzzle. And it's contagious. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's contagious. Yes. Okay. And of course, it takes a lot of courage to leave those suitcases back. but it's done. It's done, done, done.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely the greatest. It's a feeling state. It's not just, because a lot of people that may be watching this will say, I go to the mirror and I say I'm amazing. It's different when you say it. That's why I said you need to touch.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take a second and feel. What does it feel like to feel amazing? And listen, I have a lot of young people right now that don't even know what that feels like. And we could talk about that on another podcast. Just listening to a good song, not one that has a swear word for every second statement, but something that you feel. And if you can't find one, I had this 27-year-old kid yesterday. He's like, yeah, my music is really negative. And I said, well, go on YouTube and type in applause. And I want you to listen to it because that's what I'm doing for your soul, because you're here. That's the hugest thing. He's like, this is him. Now, of course, he's a guy. He's in his head. He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, you need to go to YouTube. You need to do that and listen to it. He sends me a message. Yeah, that did feel good.
Exactly. It takes some time to connect to the frequency, but once it's done, then
yeah. It's
there's
like
no
the
going
flower,
back.
right?
Yeah,
It's like
there's
that.
no going back afterwards. Yeah.
You don't want to go back because you got what you needed to get.
Exactly.
You got that understanding. Yeah. That's what we do all day long. You've got to get, I was afraid to go back. I didn't want to go back. Actually, the Bible and God doesn't want you to go back. And you don't need to go back to relive it. We go back to see it, done. And then skip forward into that zippity-doo-dah for me, or your, whatever your theme song is. I'm excited to see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, looking forward to the comments then. Bye.
Me too. Bye.